morning, everyone. Today's May 1st. It is opening day of New York's turkey season. So this morning, I come up to a piece. I watched a few birds. I'm not 100% sure what they are. I did a whole bunch of food plot stuff yesterday and way to control burn. I am absolutely exhausted. But on the way home from doing food plots, I drove by this piece quick and I seen a few different birds out here, and I watched a few of them walk in. So, but there's actually a truck parked right here where I am parked right now. He's not here yet this morning that I'm aware of, but that's all right because this guy, I'm 90% sure hunts on this other property over here. And there's actually, I gotta walk across the piece of property. It's just an open field, but I gotta walk across that piece of property to get to the property that I want to. And this open field is owned by a totally different person, and I'm the only one with permission to go out across this field, is what the farmer told me. So I gotta go out across this field. So if as long as this guy didn't ask after me or something, or the farmer didn't say anything, the guy that was parked here yesterday can't really go that way anyways. So we're gonna head off that way. I'm pretty sure he's gonna head back here. And like I said, I watched a couple birds walk in there last night, so we're gonna take that and run with it. So good luck to everybody out there this morning. Hope you guys have a heck of a morning. A lot of guys are saying they're hearing a lot of birds, so hopefully it's good. But I will see you guys in the woods. As you can see, it's cracking daylight. We just had the bird, or a bird, start gobbling down here. He sounded, I didn't even know if he was in this block. He sounded like he was a million miles away. But as we're getting closer now, he's definitely in this block. Oh, that's on a turkey right there, up in this tree. everybody. I finally got to a tree. And it's pretty windy up here. I gotta try to explain here what happened this morning. As I was coming in here, I could hear a bird gobbling down in this bottom. He gobbled a few more times, but he's went totally quiet now for the last 45 minutes. It's pretty windy up here on top, so hopefully you can hear me. But as I was sneaking in, right above the tree, it might even be the tree I'm in, or it's one of these right here, I could see a bird up in the tree, and turned out it was another longbeard. So I had to stop behind that bush back here. As I was stopped behind that bush, I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure another longbeard flew down and landed right here to my left. And if I had a gun ready, I could have killed him. I mean, I probably could have killed him regardless, but I couldn't really tell. But it was a big bird. Looked just like a longbeard, dark bird. He flew down right to my left, and he headed straight down into this bottom where this other bird was gobbling. The last time this bird gobbled, it sounded like he was on the other side of this gigantic ravine behind me. It sounded like he was coming up, but all the birds this morning went down. So I don't know if they're just split off in totally different groups of birds or what. But I think what I'm going to do is, there's a field down here below me quite a ways. I'm going to stake down here in this bottom with this wind and see if these birds ain't in this bottom. It'll be the same field that I killed that bird in last year. So I'm going to sneak down there. They're not talking very much at all this morning. This bird that was longbeard that was right here never gobbled. And if that was a longbeard to my left that landed next to me, if that was a longbeard, he never gobbled either. Just found the birds, and they're in a really good spot right now. Looks like there's two jakes and a longbeard out there. But I gotta sneak down this ravine and try to figure out a way to cross it and get up the other side. There's a wood pile. If I can get behind that wood pile, they might be in gun range, but I need to stay low and work down that way right now. It's either going to work really good or not at all. I gotta put the camera down though, because I can hurry up here. I hope the GoPro semi explains how steep that was. Holy cow. Okay. Yes! Alright everybody, I gotta contain myself a little bit, or at least try to. Holy cow, what a hunt this morning. Tough morning. I'll show you guys this. I hope the GoPro even remotely describes what I had to cross this morning to get over here to these birds. I knew these birds were going to want to stay down here in the bottom parts of these fields here, just because on top it's just windier than heck. They were working up towards the top, but right back on top of that knoll, right on there on top of my finger, is where I spotted these birds. And I hope you guys can see that. If I would have went lower, I could have crossed it much easier. but you can see this wood pile right here. This is the wood pile I snuck right up behind. Now, with that being said, I had to drop down this side hill right down here, drop down, and I side hilled this up here to make sure I had this wood pile in line with me and where the birds were. So when I come up here, I come up right next to this tree, hoping another vertical object would hide me a little bit better. And when I come up, the birds are right down here. I couldn't do much talking or trying to describe, but there was 3 longbeards right about here. Okay, I sat here for probably 15-20 minutes, and I looked down and there was a couple hens coming around the corner, and they come up and ultimately led this bird to his demise. So these birds kind of worked up, and I'm right here. There's my gun, there's my shell. I had to drop my vest, and they worked up this edge right here, and then once they got to about right there on top of that hill, I let it fly. It was a decently long shot, I'm not gonna lie. It was every bit of 55 yards, but I know that gun is more than capable of doing that. And actually, I actually heard the shot hit the bird. It hit him so hard yet. So I haven't walked out there yet. I am just completely blown away that this actually worked. When the birds aren't talking, you gotta improvise. I am not the type of hunter that's just gonna sit there and wait and wait and wait and wait for something to happen. It's just not how I am, not how I'm gonna hunt. It's just not, I can't sit that patient and wait for a turkey. I am run and gun, and that's exactly why I'm run and gun, because you can get opportunities like this. And we got an opening day bird on the ground, on film. Just absolutely could not ask for anything more. Absolutely freaking awesome. Unbelievable how this worked out today. I'm gonna put the camera down for a second. I'm gonna put my vest back on, and we'll go out here and take a look at them. Just unbelievable. Couldn't ask for anything more this morning. Look at that. Put my gun down here. Oh yeah. Not the biggest hooks in the world, but just a good bird. Decent beard on him. Nothing too huge. Probably 9-inch beard on him. Maybe 8.5, 9-inch beard. Absolutely smoked them. What a beautiful bird. What an absolutely beautiful bird. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for an amazing morning. Alright, everybody, we got them set up here. We got a tag on them. We're all legal. We're good to go. I just wanted to kind of break down this hunt once more real quick, as it was an absolute cluster this morning. I did not roost any of these birds. Normally, before opening day, I like to try to roost. I was not able to do that. I did drive by here last night. I was just working on food plots yesterday across the street, and when I drove by here going home last night about 7:30ish, I did see a couple birds walk into this piece here. I got permission several weeks ago to come back up in here again this year and to hunt. So with that being said, this morning I had nothing else to go on, so I decided to come back here and see if I could find 3 or 4. At one point in time there was 5 of these birds together out in these fields, and as I come in this morning, it was, you know, kind of windy, real hard to hear up on top, and I heard a bird gobble down here in this bottom. I'm assuming he was probably in one of these trees right here. And sorry about the wind if you guys can barely hear me, and if the camera's moving, but I did as I was coming down here to come to one of these birds, or the bird that was gobbling down here, I ended up seeing another bird in a tree, and had to stop, and ultimately stopped behind a bush because I didn't have anywhere else to go, and it was getting daylight enough. If I tried to move, he would have seen me for sure. And as I was standing there, a separate longbeard flew down to my left. How he didn't see me come walking through the woods, I honestly will never be able to tell you that truth, because I have no idea how he didn't see me. He flew down to my left, and he flew down earlier than the bird that I had seen up in the tree did. The bird I had seen up in the tree ended up having a hen with him. Both of them flew down after a little while. I got to a tree, we set up, and with this wind I figured they would be down in this bottom trying to get out of the wind a little bit. And sure enough, I come down here on this ridge behind me like I pointed out earlier, and I could see all three longbeards together out here in this field. So other than that, or after that, I just kind of come down this ravine. It's super steep, and if it was anywhere else I probably wouldn't have been able to cross it. If I would have went down farther to my left here where it's not as steep, they would have seen me come up the bank. So I had to cross right where I was. I snuck up here to this big old wood pile. Birds were still out in the field, and they eventually worked their way up to about 55 yards, but they were very unresponsive to calls. They weren't going to come any closer, and I know my gun's good at that distance. So I decided to just take the shot. Luckily I got it on video, as much of a cluster as it was. Once they started moving pretty quick. But absolutely blessed. I want to thank everybody for watching. Hope you hit the subscribe button, help me get to 1,000 subscribers. And we got a lot of turkey season left. This is just the start of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you guys on the next one.